Good evening, anybody who happens to come across this. We are playing Phasmophobia. This is my second attempt today for an Apoc 3 run, and probably about my 10th attempt overall, maybe less. It's been a while. I haven't made an attempt since before the winter event. Hey, let's double check something really quick. I want to make sure that our mic is on. How did I figure that out last time? Here we are. Great, 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 great. Okay, so we are audible. All right, so we're going to go in a little bit. I just want to take a quick look at what I got here. I'm not bringing anything, any evidence seekers, because obviously this is an APOC run. I'm not going to be getting any evidence to help me identify this ghost. I'm going to have to do it purely on knowledge alone, for the most part. A couple of crucifixes, just in case. It's really only if we get that prevent a hunt with a crucifix goal. Firelight, mostly for firelight goals, but I do like to have some on hand. It's just good light. It's nice. I like the feel of firelight. I usually take it into every hunt. Headgear, I do have just a night vision headgear. That I prefer to use on these. An igniter, obviously. 4 tier 1 incenses. Now, if anybody is unfamiliar with what we're doing here, there's 3 tiers of incenses: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, obviously. They all cause the ghost to be blind for a duration, depending on the type of incense. I believe I'm going kind of off the cuff here, but if I remember correctly, the higher the tier, the longer the ghost is blind for. But more importantly, they also have an effect on the ghost's movement, or at least tier 2 and tier 3 do. Tier 2, I believe, slows the ghost down. Tier 3 causes it to stop in its tracks. Tier 1 doesn't. And the reason why this is important in these runs is that I want the ghost to try to get as far away from me as possible if it happens to get close enough that I smudge it. So I want it to run at full speed. I want it to be blind, and I want it to keep on running. Run right past me and hopefully not come back. We have a motion sensor in case we get that. We have a parabolic. That's going to be our main hunting tool for a lot of this. The photo camera, because we have to get a photo of the ghost. Salts, which would help me identify a wraith, but could also be useful in slowing the ghost down if we get ourselves into a tight bind. And then sound recorder in case we get that objective as well. With all that said in mind, we're on the custom preset for Apocalypse 3, rewards times 15. That's what we want. We need to choose Sunny Meadows. Highlight it here with the little skull because even the game knows what I'm about to attempt and likely fail at. Let's get going. I've been playing this game since it released in beta, I want to say, or maybe alpha. I started playing it during the lockdown, like many people did, and I played it for at least a year, maybe a little bit longer, before my laptop back then could no longer support it, my cheap laptop, and I kept that laptop. I didn't replace that laptop until about 2 months ago, but I did get a PS5 a few months ago as well, and I'm back to playing Phasmophobia, so I have some familiarity with the game. Obviously, a lot has changed since then, but I've been playing pretty steadily. As you can see, I am now prestiged at level 100, ready to prestige a second time, so I got a few hours into this game since jumping back into it. Okay, first thing I want to do before I start moving anything in is I'm going to take a quick look through the cameras on the off chance that I could possibly be so lucky as to be able to spot an orb. And while an orb would be an evidence type in any other game configuration, it is also just the ability of the mimic. So while I might not get any evidence, I could potentially spot an orb, which would tell me that I'm dealing with a mimic, which would be handy. However, I don't see any. It's kind of a long shot, but worth try. I've not had a lucky ghost on this yet. I've not been able to identify a ghost based solely on its behavior in any of the attempts that I've made so far. And I've made probably, as I said, maybe about 10, around there, 10 attempts. So, not been that fortunate. Oh gosh, and I always get completely caught off guard by the slowness of the movement. We're going to start, like any good attempt would, by opening up the door, but not crossing the threshold just yet. I'm going to throw in a few items. And these particular items, those two there, will give me an idea if the ghost will teleport to me or not. Now, right now, technically, I don't believe it spawns. This is something I've heard, but I don't know if it's true. I don't believe it spawns until you cross the threshold, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I have heard, and I'm going with it because I don't know if it's true or false, but I have heard that if it is one of the 3 teleporting options, the Banshee, the Wraith, or the what am I forgetting here? Banshee, the Wraith. What else teleports? Oh boy. Phantom. That's right. Banshee, the Wraith, or the Phantom. That even though I haven't crossed the threshold, I could get a teleporting event, which I would notice, which I might notice if the firelight has been blown out. This all seems a little bit far-fetched for me, but hey, worth a try, right? Would I be able to identify it right then? No, but it could also potentially tell me if the ghost is here. I don't know. I don't know enough. We're just going with it because I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on this, and I'm just basing my knowledge off of that. Let me take a quick look. Well, I'll be damned. Did it teleport to me, or is it in the entryway? That's amazing. All right, blow out a firelight, detect a ghost. Wow, I can't believe that happened. Detect a ghost with a motion sensor, and 3 unique videos with a video camera. That's a really difficult one to do, but if it is right here in the entranceway, maybe I can make it happen. Maybe. Wow, I'm honestly blown away that happened. All right, well, maybe it is one of those 3 teleporting options. It's interesting, neither of my firelights are blown out. Or have I brought in 3 and I didn't notice? How in the world did that happen? Oh, I don't need that, do I? Because there's my other firelight. Huh. Right? Huh. But it is marked off, right? Yeah, it's marked off here too. I think we need to put this motion sensor down and see if that also gets marked off quickly. If that's the case, then we'll know it's right there in the entryway. Which, I'm not really certain how to handle that. If it's right there in the entryway, I guess that gives me a little bit of time to try to get into a side room before it starts hunting. But, oh, gosh. How tricky is that going to be? Okay, I can't just place this down from out here, huh? No, I sure can. I got to cross the threshold to do it. Can I turn it on from out here? I don't even remember how to do that. All right. Throw that in. Throw that in. Let's go grab our last couple of things. Trying to figure out what would be useful for identifying the ghost amongst my belongings here. I don't need the camera. Salt. Temperature would help me find it. EMF would help me find it, but I don't need a picture of those things. Camera would help me identify orbs, so I may want to bring that just in case it is a mimic. Let me double check. I never paid too much attention to the first. Yeah, no sign that it's a mimic. Let's get this stuff in. I think I will come back for the camera. I want to take a look around inside the doorway before we get too far. Oh god, this snail space. Snail space is killing me, man. It's alright. You get used to it after a bit. Okay. Make it feel faster when you're low to the ground. I often like to play crouched. I don't know why. I just do. Okay. Let me take a video camera so we can take a look around and see if we can spot a mimic orb before we walk in the door. Once we walk in the door, I'm not really certain how this is going to go down. I might die right away. If it's right here in the foyer, and I cannot get to a side room fast enough, it could kill me pretty quickly. No sign of orbs. Toss that in. Okay, we're going to grab it. Do I have my lighter? Yes, we do. Grab a smudge. Hasn't burned a crucifix because it hasn't tried the hunt yet because I haven't been inside. I'm going to grab 2 smudges and our camera in case we're lucky. And here we go. Listen for that door to close. It's tense. I think I heard it end. Alright, it's over. Okay, so it's not in here, thankfully. But it does seem to be right outside this door. Let's grab our parabolic. Okay, so it does seem to be spawning, or at least the ghost room is directly below us. It's probably, it must be that room right there as you hit the bottom of the stairs and turn to your left. Oh, wow, okay. We're going to step back and listen a little bit more. I want to hear a couple more hunts, and while I'm waiting, I'm going to pull up my, whatchamacallit, the unofficial Phasmophobia, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. We're going to cut our filters here and take a look at our tools, because there is a BPM tool I'd like to try, just to see. I don't think it sounds fast, but I'm going to check. Let's see. Interesting. Nice long pause between hunts. Unless... Really interesting. How did I not hear it start? It's out there. It's throwing a lot. Is it possibly... No, because I got the sound from downstairs. Curious. Just listen a little longer. I don't know if this hunt is even over yet. Is it possible that it's courtyard? Well, I'd say it's most likely. I'm going to double check. Maybe we hear it start from downstairs again. We'll see. See what we can find. It could be the chapel. Could be the chapel. So we're going to give that a couple of minutes and we're just going to listen. So, not really much to say. I've been at this for a long time. Oh, that door closed. I missed the location for it, but I was looking down. Sorry. There it goes. Okay, so it just traveled downstairs. So I think I'm incorrect about that. Okay. Possibly chapel. I'm starting to think chapel. That felt like a very normal speed. I want to hear one more time. I want to see if I can catch the beginning of a hunt. We should be probably about 15 seconds from another one starting or so. I want to hide here. This could be the end of me, but I want to know that. Okay. Sounds like a very normal speed. Hitting the cooldown button. Sounds like a very normal speed. We're going to listen for a little bit longer. I want to hear another hunt just to double check that the speed doesn't change between hunts. And I also want to see how long it takes to start hunting. And make sure I have a good sense of where it is. I want to say it's chapel. Right? I'll know if it starts over here somewhere. It's very chatty on parabolic. I don't know if it's overly chatty on parabolic. I just hit the paranormal sounds countdown to see if it does it again within a minute or so. Interesting. Seems to be throwing a lot, but I don't think it seems to be throwing too much. I feel like we got lucky with the placement, but I don't think we're going to get lucky with the ghost. I need to see it. Set the timer again. It's going to start hunting before it does it again. There it goes. So I'm thinking, it comes this way, go downstairs quite a bit. Maybe I can get a visual on it as it does that. To do that, I need to take a lantern in there so I can see. It touches a lot. That could be... Does it touch enough to be a poltergeist, though? I can't tell. At least not with what I have so far. want to open up this other door and provide myself a little bit more light. I really should have set a timer at the end of that hunt. I'm anxious about getting caught in one. But I could always duck into this side room if that's the case. Okay. It sped up on line of sight, though. So that helps. All right. Didn't get that fast, but it definitely sped up. Normal line of sight speed up. Speed seems normal, though. I haven't heard any variation in it. Let's see. Okay, we're going to think about this a little bit while we're listening for another hunt. I almost feel like I should step outside just to be safe, but hey, we'll just listen in for a bit, and if we hear it coming, we can stop talking for a bit. Now, what was its name? One more time. I just want to make sure. Karen Lewis. Could be a banshee. Could be a banshee. Could be a Dayan. I don't think it's a Dio. I don't recall if Dios speed up on line of sight, and it's not fast enough to begin with. Dios are just super fast all the time, so it's not a Dio. So let's eliminate that. Oops. Great. Demon, I haven't been timing its hunts. Just pay more attention. Stuff, I don't feel safe stopping to talk about this. But we also know that it's not a Rev. That's obvious. Don't think it's a Thay, because Thay would have been fast. Slows down as it ages. Twins would have two different speeds. We're not hearing that. Not a mare. You heard that. Wraith, I can test for. My mic there. Hopefully it doesn't mess with anything. Wraiths I can test for. Have to keep an eye on it without getting spotted to look for poltergeist Oni. I mean, not poltergeist, phantom. It was walking right at me. I don't remember it being... Well, it was pretty visible. But was it Oni visible? I need another one of these. I need this. That's it. I don't think it'll notice me. got about 25 seconds to go set some salt. Hello. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be tense. I'm going to set some salt here. Every time it hunts, it goes downstairs eventually. Hasn't started hunting yet. We might be able to get back to our hiding spot. But every time it hunts, it goes downstairs eventually. So it's going to cross that line of salt. We should be able to check for Wraith. Get all the way back here because it spotted me from the desk that one time. It scared the hell out of me. Okay. Oh, here he comes. Here it comes. Okay, it just crossed the salt. It's gone downstairs. And okay. Next time we hear a hunt, I need to start a timer so I can try to safely draw it toward me. May have done that. Let's find out. Oh, dear God. I was certain it was going to have me. Woof. Oh, I just need a second. That was very tight. Okay, let's see here. I should have started a cooldown timer. I have no idea how much time I have before it starts coming at me again, so I'm gonna play it safe and not immediately go after him again. We do need to check that salt though. Grab that. There's another one over there. What else could I possibly use right now? Well, hey, you gotta get this objective. So I'm going for that salt over there. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go in. It could start hunting at any second, so we're just gonna play it safe. Kinda go slow here. If we hear it hunting, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna back into the corner and just wait it out. Okay, it's not a Wraith. Clear crossing the salt line. I'm also pretty confident that it's not a Phantom. And it's not a Apoc either. I need to know when it starts its next hunt. Wraith, Apoc, definitely not Dio. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure that it did speed up on line of sight. It might not have. Didn't. How close was that? Okay. You know it's not a mare. It is touchy. It did just get smudged. Oh, I should have started a smudge timer. Ooh. What are the odds? Because it's strange how long it's been. But it may very well be normal. Okay, well, that was that. I love that I rung the bell. That was a little bit of dramatic irony there. I'm gonna. Oof, I didn't have anything to go with here. Let's just go poltergeist. Seemed to be throwing a lot of stuff. Didn't really seem to be throwing that much stuff. So we're gonna find out what happened. What we got there. Initializing. It was a spirit. It was a spirit, which I would have known had I set a smudge timer. Ah, well, and we didn't get the motion sensor, even though, oh, we didn't get to set it, did we? That was a foolish. I had that thought. You could see me having that thought at the last second there. All right. Well, how long was that attempt? I want to see. How long have I been at this? 36 minutes, about 40 minutes. Nobody's watching. That's great. Cool. I think I'm gonna call it because that wasn't a long attempt. These are these are a marathon, and I get tired by the end of it. So I think I'm gonna call it on this. If you happen to watch this after the fact, thank you so much. Um, cool. I might keep trying to do this. Just might keep making these videos for fun while I'm doing these attempts. They're not exciting, I know, but um, they are for me anyway. I get very tense. And maybe people will find something in my personality. Who knows? All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to end this now. Have a great night.